for years, bodybuilders, powerlifters, and strongmen. And I don't even need to say the names, have been passing away. And recently, in the past 3 days, one bodybuilder had a heart attack, Holly Muscle. Sean Roden passed away. Now Vic Richards passed away. Months ago, John Meadows passed away after having a heart attack. Years ago, Dallas McCarver passed away after, you know, taking so many drugs and getting such a massive size to be Mr. Olympia. Rich Piana passed away just from trying to get bigger. And even strongman Michael Jenkins, he passed away after dying in his sleep, being 400 plus pounds. And one bodybuilder, powerlifter, strongman I came in contact with over a year ago. He was let me see. He just pretty much upped the dose and he passed away because he was trying to be the strongest. May he rest in peace. And even other powerlifters that passed away. And I'm not even gonna list the names, and it's been happening. It's gonna keep happening. Do you know why? They all want to be the strongest. You all want to be Mr. Olympia. You want to win World Strongest Man titles. You want to be the best ever. You want to be world champion. You want to be the strongest ever. And it really comes with a price, man. You have to be willing to eventually take doses that will send you to the hospital multiple times, even give you heart attack, kidney failure, liver cirrhosis. You have to risk it. And if you're not willing to risk any sort of health problem, even health problem of having massive body weight, whether it's being obese to lift a lot of weight, or so much muscle or being very cut with diuretics and other cutting agents to make it in bodybuilding stage to have so much muscle and be cut at the same time. Even people like Ronnie Coleman, he almost died in a bodybuilding show because I guess he was so cut while being so massive at the same time. And that's just what you have to risk. And even when you're natural, but even more when you're on steroids, when you carry so much body weight, whether it's muscle or fat, that's the heart working extra hard to pump it. And it's gonna catch up with you, man. And the amount of food you have to put down to be at that level to get stronger. You can do all this healthier. The relatively healthy ones are the pound for pound ones because they don't carry a lot of body weight. And some of them who take drugs, you're still not as healthy, but not as unhealthy as the ones carrying extra body weight. But when you're pound for pound strong, you'll be impressive. You'll be very strong, but you'll never be the strongest. You'll never be the best because to be the strongest, you have to lift as much absolute weight as possible. You could be pound for pound strong and one of the strongest, but for absolute strength, you have to lift more weight regardless of body weight more than everyone else, and that takes getting at a high body weight. And even bodybuilding, you will build an impressive physique. You could be one of the best bodybuilders, but to be the big Rammies and Ronnie Colemans of the world and beat them, you have to have so much muscle, even more muscle than they ever had, and you have to have complete physique with muscles, no weak body part developed, and you have to have separations, striations, and veins and get cut. And each year it's gonna get bigger and better and badder and stronger. That's just how the sport is getting. And powerlifters and strongmen. 8 years ago, 800 deadlift was uncommon and considered elite. Now it's like entry level for elite. 800-pound deadlift. Even 700-pound, that was a lot 10 years ago. Teenagers are deadlifting that in the USAPL and IPF naturally. And some of them not natural, but teenagers are doing that. And 400-pound bench used to be very strong for adult. Teenagers are doing it, even naturally. And these aren't the biggest people. And 1,000-pound deadlift. You know how many people in the past 3 years, 5 years have entered the 1,000-pound deadlift club? and how much drugs and body weight they have to take to get there, and all these lifts. You're just they have to the amount of drugs you have to take weeks out of competition to get stronger and break world records and just get as strong as possible. It's just the risk you have to take, man. And I wish people could be honest and just say, you know what? To be champion, to be the best ever, to be better than ever. Because most people want to compete, the elite, the best of the best, to eventually be the best. Do something no one has ever done before. And that's not a healthy endeavor. You could do it in a healthy manner, but to be the best, you eventually have to not be healthy. To be the best is not a healthy endeavor. If you are the best, it's not healthy. To be spectacular, to be great, to be someone no one has ever seen before, especially physically, is not healthy at all. And I wish people could just say that instead of giving some bullshit cop out, you know? And yes, I understand it's not for everybody. Not everyone will be great, not everyone will be impressive, everyone will get better. Everyone can be great, everyone could be good, but you'll never be the best without playing Russian roulette. And that's just the price of being a champion. And if you want me to cover more on this, I'll cover in the future. But it just needs to be said, and people have to stop kidding themselves. People have to stop acting like it's not a factor when it is. And well, I'll make a more eligible, more. I'll just talk in better detail eventually about this, but I'll just sum it up. I'm gonna stop at 715. In 715, I did after squatting 600 low bar and just tidbits, few peanuts in the coffee when I was 250 pounds in lean.